yesterday.
Yeah, he was there for a reason. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, we can give all praises and glory and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS is pushing this word day in and day out through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Alright, this is me and the brother Malachi back with another video. Today is May 4th, 2019, the year of the Karabim, which means year of the mark. But the title of this video is going to be The Lord Will Provide. So the Lord is going to look out for his men, alright, the hopeful elect. Yahweh Hashem, me and the brother Malachi and the sincere brothers who are pushing his word are part of the elect. Where he's going to look out for his men during Jacob's trouble when hard times come. And honestly, he's just going to look out for his men in general. So you said you had something that you would bring out?
Yeah, dealing with Elijah the prophet,
God.
which is regarded as one of the best prophets. This is 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, which was the wicked king of Israel, the northern tribes, As Yahweh God of Israel liveth before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan, which the brook is basically a stream, or a small river. Because like people could drink out of that back then. Whereas now you can't, because Esau fucked everything up. Verse 4, And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. That's what I want to get. He was fed by birds. Literal birds gave him food to eat. That's not something you see every day or any day.
Yeah, you see a bird with a giant pile of meat in his mouth and drops it to you like, here, eat it.
Yeah, and bread. And I can actually get Isaiah. What you want to get?
You said Isaiah
55. I think it's verses 4 to 5. No, wait.
4 to 5?
No. Might be 65.
Okay, let me use your phone real quick to look up precepts. Let me use your phone real quick to look up precepts.
Okay.
Like, open it and get on your internet.
Yeah, Isaiah 65.
65?
Yeah, 12 to 14.
This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called ye did not answer, when I spake ye did not hear, but did hear evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delight not.
Right. So the people that don't hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shai are going to be destroyed.
God.
Because you refuse to listen. Because you refuse to change your ways and better yourself.
Verse 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for the joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Alright. So Yahweh's servants are going to be protected in these times, which is going to be the worst time to come upon the planet. Which we can actually get scripture on that, which is Jacob's trouble.
You can bring out Jeremiah 30 and 7.
Yeah, that's good scripture.
Just read it earlier.
This is, can you get 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17 down to 22, right? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. And alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Which is talking about the elect. The elect are going to be saved out of it.
But still, some of us are going to be marked up for death still. But it's going to be in a righteous way, because we're going to get that crown of life.
Right.
But the Lord is going to look out for his men during Jacob's trouble.
Still technically being saved out of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be the
I'd rather get my head cut off than get hit with a missile.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Or get ripped up by people. Like that game I got, Days Gone.
Yeah.
The people that you fight zombies in that game, but a a lot of the people that come up against you are actual people,
Right.
and they try to kill you and take your shit. That's exactly what's about to happen pretty soon, which is why it says the love of many shall wax cold.
Like in Black Summer, when there was
Right.
when there was taking your shit just to survive, stuff like that's
the
gonna
guy took
happen.
the guy took her car.
Right.
He lied to her.
He said he said I got you. I'm not gonna do nothing. So how's your kids? Get out. Wait, what? Get out the car, bitch. That shit killed me, bro. And that shit's gonna happen though. Niggas is gonna really trick you motherfuckers thinking that they gonna help you, lying, saying they got kids in the family to take care of. But they just trying to take your shit. You see something that they see something that you have that they need, they gonna take it, or they gonna get, or they either gonna tell you to give it to them, or they gonna take it by force, which is they gonna kill you.
Right.
All these movies that are coming to pass, like The Purge, and the movie 2012, and even that comedy movie, This Is the End. All that's gonna come true, man. It's gonna come alive.
Right.
I got a precept real quick. This is the Philippians 4 verse 19. But my power shall supply all your needs according to His riches and glory by Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
That's it. All your needs. But what we need is the daily bread. Food, water. Because you can only go like 3 days without water. But really, if you go about 2 to 3 days without water, you're not going to be able to walk straight. You actually, I mean, if anybody's ever not had water for a few days, you're really fucked up.
You get delusional.
Yeah, your vision starts going yellow and you can't even fucking walk. You keep falling over and shit. And the men of the Lord are going to be tested. Try like to go in the fire to be made into the righteous men that Yahweh wants us to be. But they're still going to be delivered from the calamities.
Truth be told, they probably, they're gonna break down through our door. Like I told you, I had that dream last night.
You can go and explain to them.
I had a dream last night that it was me and the brother Malachiah and the brother Yakal. I don't know what we were really. I can't really remember what we were doing. We were all like in the living room. I don't know what the hell we was running from, but something was like chasing us. Like it beat down my door. I can't remember what it was. They were beating down our. Slakia. They were beating down my door. They got in. What we did was Malachi went in his room and he went through his window. We literally just looked at each other and split up. Call hopped through the window that's right next over here, and I ran into my room and jumped out of that window, and then we all just scattered out and we escaped. Like we got out, like we got to run away. We all had a chance to run away, but I don't remember anything after that because I woke up. Everything just escalated fast. Like when I have dreams about prophecy or anything, or it's very spiritual. It maneuvers quick. It escalates quick. So after that, I don't remember what happened after that. But that also proves and shows when Jacob's trouble comes that we are gonna be, we're gonna be on the run.
Right, pilgrims upon the earth.
Come on.
That's actually in 2nd Ezra 16.
And that can happen any given day now. People just not gonna hear from us no more.
Right. Cause I actually had a dream too, like a long time, months and months ago. I don't know if I know telling you about it. Like just to show you how terrible it's about to be for these people that don't have that life insurance, so to speak. There was these, I don't know if it was like underground or some building that was set apart, kind of like a horror movie type shit. And this guy, there was people in there that are getting tortured, and the guy that was examining this woman with a knife, he was about to torture and cut her up. Cause I was like in the corner of the room, like in the back, but I wasn't actually there. I was just the spirit, like watching, like I was just put there to see it. And he was like, examine her where he's gonna like cut her up and shit to torture her. And I think it was a Jake woman, but you know that she was left for dead. She was a 2/3.
Right.
And this guy had somebody's literal face on his. He was wearing it as a mask.
That's heavy because that being what movie was that? They did it in a couple movies. I forgot.
Where a guy was wearing somebody's face.
Mhm.
A Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's one. There's literally a couple other movies that they did that shit.
Yeah, because that's how fucked up people are. And once hell breaks loose, their inner beast is really gonna come out.
Right.
Which I can actually get that clip of the Joker.
And people can laugh and say this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. This is impossible. How is it gonna happen? The way the world's moving right now, there's no way that can happen. But what do you know, or how do you know? You're saying you can say that we're wrong because we're pushing the true doctrine. We're wrong, but how do you know you're right? Do you just feel Like that's not gonna happen. Like, are you going by your opinion, or are you gonna be stating facts? Because if you're not stating facts, then you're wrong.
You got the second Ezra 16,
16 and
17 to
Here's-
22.
kind of like this.
Yeah, to 22.
This is second Ezra chapter 16 verse 17. Read down to 22. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Verse
Wait,
18.
actually, so I'll get down to 23.
Alright, so we're down to 23. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when the evils shall come?
Right, because we're really in World War III right now.
Con.
Just because nukes haven't been shot off doesn't mean it's not officially war. It just hasn't been declared to the people. But there's really a war going on. Right as soon as they invade Venezuela, which they're trying to seek their way through, Russia's gonna clap back at them.
They got Russian troops at the border.
Yeah, it's getting way too close, man.
What's going down in France right now, man? Real deal. The troops are.
Yellow vest, I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. They just
That's been ongoing for a while. That's upwards of the people in the world.
they've been running down, just fucking people up, just walking around town. Everybody scattering around, running. They also trying to fight back their military by force. It's turning into a bloodbath down there, man. And people don't even know that. Cause why? Because they don't watch the actual news. And like I said before, the news is not some, I want to know if it's gonna rain tomorrow, or is it gonna thunderstorm? Do I need to switch shoes?
Yeah, or whose cat stuck in a tree.
Right.
Nothing
Or
really
who got in a car wreck down exit 4?
This is the type of news that you actually have to look up.
Real news. You
You
can't.
can't just turn on the TV and expect to hear about it, because they're not going to tell you, because they don't want to tell you these things. This is why they come out constantly with entertainment, forms of entertainment, which is bread and circuses, because the Roman Empire back in the day, they brought in a terminology called bread and circuses to keep people distracted from the realities of the world and the reality that their empire was really collapsing rapidly. But since people were blinded, by sports, because they had gladiator battles and shit like that back then, which is modern day Super Bowls and NBA finals and shit, and also
music like Cardi B. That's
World Cup. And there's also, what is the baseball shit called? Forgot what that was called.
I don't even know the name of that. I didn't even know that's like they had a big name for that.
Yeah, but the point is they bring these things back because they want people to stay sucked in and distracted from the real cares that are going on in the world.
Right.
Because it would throw people into chaos. Because right as soon as when they actually realize that I can't go across the street to get groceries anymore, and I'm gonna have to actually fight for them, they're gonna bug the hell out. And that's why there's gonna be cannibalism. People are gonna be eating each other, and they show you that in all these apocalypse movies. They don't come out with them just to bring them out.
Right. Somebody with a director just sat in his room and made up a storybook. Like that's not
They get it straight from the Bible.
Right.
There's gonna be, it talks about people eating their own arms. That's how bad it's gonna be.
Eating your own babies, eating your own like this. Y'all don't realize what's gonna come to pass, man. Y'all don't understand it. Y'all don't know. Y'all only saying y'all don't believe anything because nothing has hit the fan yet. Of course, it doesn't hit the fan yet because it's not the time yet. This is Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 18. I'll read it again. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
And that's what people are gonna ask. What am I gonna do? There's nothing you can do. If you don't have Yahweh Yahushua, you're fucked.
That's it. Especially if you will. Not even especially. Because any other heathen nation, which is the so-called white man, the Asian, the Arab, the Indians, the East Indians, there ain't no hope for you. But if you're a so-called black, Latino, Native American with your father's bloodline and it traces back to Israel, you need to get right or get fucked up. That's that simple.
Right.
You won't get into the kingdom.
That's why it's called Jacob's
That's
trouble.
why it's called Jacob's trouble, because it's for you, Jake.
Jacob.
It's for Jake. It's for you Negroes, the spicks, and wetbacks.
Right.
This is verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulations and anguish are sent as scores of amendments.
Right. So these things are sent to tell people that you need to get right. As signs. Alright, go ahead.
We see signs every 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's always things going
Every
on.
day we see a sign and it proves our point.
Brothers have dreams all the time.
Yeah, dreams even show. There's brothers who make
Because
videos.
that's prophecy.
Right.
I get
And
that.
some will dream dreams. Is that it? I forgot what.
I think
Many men will dream dreams or something like that.
yeah, and my spirit shall be poured out upon all flesh.
Con.
You young men shall see visions, something like that.
And there's brothers who post videos having dreams and talking about what's gonna happen. What was that? Darn, correct me if I'm wrong. This is one guy that already knows what's gonna happen. Like, you know, I really forgot his name. He already knows what's gonna happen during Jacob's trouble. He already seen it. Like a long time ago. I forgot his name. He already knows what Jacob's trouble. He already knows about prophecy. He knew it all. He already knows what's gonna happen. He already seen it. He can't even. He couldn't even. He was so scared he couldn't. He couldn't do like what could he couldn't do?
I don't know what that is.
I forgot. I really forgot. We talked about it before, like recently, kind of. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
I couldn't. I was looking for the Joker video because I thought I'd have the clip still saved.
Mhm.
But basically, what he said to Batman, he said when the chips are down, these civilized people will eat each other. Which by chips being down, he's talking about hell breaking, with society collapsing. Because that's the only thing that's keeping people sane. Isn't there like a statistic that in your lifetime you walk by a certain amount of murders every day?
Yeah.
Or every so often? Like there's a lot of fucked up people and you just don't see how fucked up they are until they have until there's no rules. Because when there's no rules, there's nothing stopping them. There's no police or anything like that to stop them from fucking you up.
Nobody cares until things start happening to you.
Right. I'll get this. Acts chapter 2 verse 17 to 18. Well, I'll start at 16. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, which once again the New Testament quoting the Old Testament. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. So that's why a lot of people are getting dreams. A lot of brothers are getting different dreams of different things, whether they be symbolic or literal. And they share them with the body.
Right. Everything else I'm continuing on.
Yeah, you keep going.
This is Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scores.
Right, so it's telling you that all of these things are here, and these things, these little skirmishes and little things breaking off, to warn people to you need to revert and change your ways. They're not going to. They're not going to change their ways.
God. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
And that's what people are like. You ask your parents or your friends or anything, that are in the world or of the world or co-workers and stuff like that. They're not worried about any of this stuff. They don't see any of this stuff happening. They think they're alright. They think everything's good. They see themselves, dying of old age, going to a retirement home, getting their pensions and all that, getting their retirement funds. But that's all going to be cut short. It popped up. I think it's a little better.
10%. But yeah, we'll probably once it gets about like 5%, we'll probably wrap it up.
Alright.
But this is verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
That's like Amos 5, 18 to 19. Which we don't need to grab, just for reference so they can get it, because we don't, the Lord's telling us to wrap it up. But basically, it's talking about you escape hunger, and then the sword's going to destroy you. So you can't escape death, right? It even talks about Revelations that people are going to be suffering so bad that they're going to try to kill themselves, but death is going to flee from them. I believe that's in the 2nd chapter.
Somebody's going to try to hang themselves in their bathroom with the rope, but the rope snaps.
Right.
You just fall to the
Gun
floor.
jams.
Gun jams, you fall off a ledge, and you don't die, you just fuck up your leg.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are trying to kill themselves, and it's not, the Lord's not going to let that happen, because he wants you to get fucked up by the missile, not by you. Because basically killing yourself, that's the easy way out.
And
So-
he wants you to suffer.
Right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 40, verse 9 to 11. Death and bloodshed, strife and sore calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. All things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doth return into the sea. So all these things were created for the wicked, people that don't want to submit themselves to Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Because they can't put down that shrimp. They can't put away that fast car. They can't put that woman away. They can't stop committing adultery. They can't stop doing folly of the world just to get right with the Heavenly Father. That you can simply get yourself right and possibly get into a chariot. But you can't put that old man that you have in you behind.
Here, let's get this last one concluded. We get Isaiah 55, verse 6 to 7.
To 55, 6 to 7.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Isaiah 55, chapter 6 down to 7. See ye the Lord Yahweh while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have give mercy upon him to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
So it just said, let the wicked forsake his way. And he told you to seek him while he may be found, because pretty soon he won't be able to be found, which is going into the famine of the word, which is it Amos 8 or Amos 9? I think it's Amos 8. No, 8. The point is, pretty soon you're not going to be able to seek Yahweh outside because they're going to close the doors of mercy. Apostle Har said that there's no more GMS members for a reason because the elect are close to be sealed or they already are sealed.
Right.
So pretty soon you're not going to have the ability to get right, which means that there's only one option, which is getting fucked up.
Right. There was a picture I had on my phone. It has a door and it's like cracked open a little bit, like it's about to close, and it says repent time. That's how much time y'all got left.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause y'all think this is a game. Y'all think we're playing around. You think this is a game. You think we're doing this just because we want to wake up and just get into the Bible. Like, bro, no, this is something real. Us brothers have visions. We've been told things, and everything's spiritual.
The fear of the Lord pushes us.
And the fear of the Lord pushes us, man, because we already know what He can do, and we only know like so little what the Lord can do. He can do whatever. He can make pigs fly, man. Cause it's the Lord. He can do whatever the hell He want to do. This is His world. This is His movie, man. And all we're doing is playing a role in His movie. Everything that's in the scriptures is being written out right now as you speak. You can believe it or not, but everything that is going on in this world, we can pull it out and back it up with scripts, history, and evidence and videos. But you would still scoff and not believe because, well, truth be told, the Heavenly Father got a stumbling block on you, and He has it set up for you to not understand it because He doesn't want you to get it. He wants certain men to get it. He wants certain people to get it. And you're not that one of them if you can't get it. So.
Alright.
Maybe we can close it up right here.
Yeah, because otherwise it's probably going to die.
I'm at 6%. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Lord willing, Yahweh this lesson was edifying. And yeah, man, Jacob's trouble is upon you. You brothers need to get right or perish. And that's all really we can tell you, man, because it's nothing new under the sun because things are coming to pass. But before we get up out of here, we want to give all praises and glory honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Badash. Double honor to the apostle and others of GMS pushing this word day in and day out to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Once again, this is May 4th, 2019, year of the Charagma, which means year of the mark. Other than that, Shalom, the Walk of the Ball, which is death to America.
The Walk of the Ball.